I just want to start this video by saying that I have played Clash Mini since the Christmas update, so pretty much for 2 years, and even though Supercell stabbed us Clash Mini players in the back twice in a row by now, I'll try to give my most neutral opinion as possible on this brand new game mode, because it does have its good things, it really does, it has a couple good points, but it also has a couple bad ones, so I'll try to make this video as constructive and as realistic as possible. So, hope you enjoy, and let's actually start with the good things that this game mode has. And I will start off with something that I think is very important, which is how accessible the game mode is. It is very easy to find Merge Tatics. You just click on the Events tab, and the game mode is there. And honestly, that's perfect. That's all I could have really asked for. The game mode feels kinda has a protagonist inside Clash Royale. It's really good, and if they decide to add any further new game modes, then honestly this is the way to go. So really good first impression, honestly. Then the second good thing that I also want to talk about are the hexagons. At first I was not very happy because I really liked the squares in Clash Mini. And even though I feel like the squares are better in some scenarios because they are simpler, and in terms of Clash abilities like the Prince one, it was way much easier to understand back then. The Prince right now works a little bit different, and with the hexagon sometimes it looks a bit odd. But the hexagons overall help with diagonal movement as well, which was really bad in Clash Mini, honestly. So the hexagons are for sure a positive change that I am really happy with. The third good point are, in my opinion, the rulers. When I played Clash Mini, one of the things that I really wanted was some kind of leadership ability, and even though traits kinda fixed that, I still wanted something that I could choose. And the Merge Tatics, even though it only has 2 rulers right now, I assume that they will add more, and at least as I'm playing right now, both of them feel close to each other in terms of power. Maybe the Royal King is slightly stronger in my opinion, but I really like the rulers, and this was actually a feature that I wanted in Clash Mini for a really long time, so I am happy that they decided to put that into Merge Tatics. Now for the fourth point, we have the calculation of how much HP you lose. In Clash Mini you had 3 lives, very simple, but it was so annoying when the enemy won by just 1 troop. Here, it actually depends on how many troops of the enemy team are still alive, or yours, how much damage you deal, and that feels so much more balanced. If you completely destroy the enemy, it's fair that they lose up to 7 HP. And if you won by just a little bit, then it's fair that the enemy only loses 2 HP. And this actually also allows for some really good comebacks, especially with the Royal King, that he gains plus 4 elixir per defeat. So this is honestly a great reward to an old Clash Mini feature that I am really happy to see. And the fifth and unfortunately final positive point are the modifiers. The modifiers are honestly amazing. I've only reached Gold 1, so I haven't really played with every single modifier, but they are all, I dare to say, really balanced, at least I feel like it. In Clash Mini, the tiles were so frustrating. They were either absurdly broken or just useless, and Merge Tatics has the perfect middle ground. I am genuinely surprised because modifiers work just so well. And I am really happy to see this because Clash Mini just could not get it with their modifiers or special tiles. But Merge Tatics has them honestly perfected. And I am really happy to see that because I enjoy playing with modifiers right now, which is great. Now, going to the negative points, we first have the levels. The levels, they don't feel important, but whenever you lose a game, because the enemy just was left with 6 HP, the first thing that will come into your mind is, damn, if my troop was just 1 level higher. And that is frustrating. The upgrading a troop, it does not feel rewarding enough and there is no incentive to do it, but whenever you lose a match, it will be frustrating the levels. So in my eyes, they should honestly just completely remove levels or cap them at power 11 since that's the tournament standard, because levels are just unrewarding and very frustrating to play with. In second, we have the spectator mode. The spectator mode is busted. Seeing what the enemy has in their board in real time is way too powerful. If the enemy has an assassin composition and I have like a giant skeleton or a Valkyrie, I'll just know it and I'll brutally counter them. And that is just not fun. Having to always check all of what the enemies are doing and preparing a counterattack, and the fact that it works in real time, that means that I also need to watch their board up until the last second so that I can also execute changes in my board. It is just too much, it is way too strong, and it is way too stressful as well. So honestly, they should just make the spectator mode make you see what the enemy had in the previous round, just like it was in Clash Mini. This was a change that it was not a good one. Next we have the 4-player system. This already existed in Clash Mini, and let me tell you, I did not like that game mode. The game mode made sense in events that there were in Clash Mini, but in the regular game I would always play duel because that was the most strategic and honestly most fun way to play the game. I want to outsmart one opponent, not 3 at the same time. It is way too exhausting, and honestly, this might be a bit of a personal one, but I just really don't find the 4-player system fun at all, so I really prefer the 1v1, since that's also how Clash Royale works, honestly. In 4th place, we have the merges. The merges are broken. Absolutely broken. Any 3-star character in a game, it is absolutely busted. Even worse if they have any kind of ability. I would generally say that the only exception to the rule it is the Mega Knight. Mega Knight's ability even at 3 stars feels pretty bad, but the 3-star Mega Knight has infinite HP, the 3-star Giant Skeleton has an insane nuclear bomb, and do I even need to talk about 4 stars? I don't, because you never see them. Unless you're using like the Goblin synergy, in an average game, you will never ever see 4-star units. And that's because merges are way too hard to get. And this is just also a problem from the way that you get characters. So I'll talk about that in a second, but merges by themselves are really broken. And one of the beauties of Clash Mini was that upgrading a character was not just increasing their stats, because sometimes always a 1-star was better than 0 stars, but a 1-star character did not have exactly double the stats of a 0-star mini. So even though most of the characters in this game do not have abilities, which is very disappointing, having just double the damage and double the HP with just one merge, it is absolutely broken. So at the same time, I would like Merge Tatics to be more about abilities. As I said, that was the beauty of Clash Mini. You had abilities, and you could choose them according to the situation. And not having that in Merge Tatics, it is really sad, because all I care about in my games is just getting as many 3 stars as possible, because they are all broken really. So this is honestly very disappointing and just not fun really. And finally, in 5th place we have the worst thing of them all, which is the poll/RNG stuff. It's straight up horrible. Like, if I had one thing that I would genuinely want to change, it has gonna be the poll system that we have right now. Like, having a limit to the amount of characters for everybody, it's weird, it's stupid, because that means that if I choose archers, then other people cannot play archers? That's ridiculous. I am getting restricted not by my own choices. And the worst part is, you're not even strategizing against one enemy, you're just doing that to all others, which sometimes might even be a good thing to the enemy. What if the enemy never wanted an archer in the first place, which it's a bit rare, but let's imagine that they were going for assassins. They won't want an archer, so you're actually helping them by giving less chances to appear an archer. And this is just stupid because this pull system, you have so little to no control. And not having control over your options, it is frustrating. Like, no matter how many times you reroll, you might never get the character that you want. Ever. And you might just, for the sake of doing, gamble all of your elixir away. Obviously, with time you'll learn that's the wrong thing to do, but it is just so weird. And that's why they should just honestly add deck selection. Like, they really have to do this, because the worst part is, if they don't change the system, things are only going to get worse. If they ever decided to add more characters, that means that the odds of getting the character that you want will get even worse than what they are right now. So, if you don't like the pull system already, then prepare yourself, because they either completely rework it with a deck system, which I hope so much that they do it, or prepare yourself because things will only get worse with the addition of new troops into Merge Tactics. And there you have it, my current opinion on Merge Tactics. Has a lot of potential, but it needs to change a lot of stuff. And I could get niche into the meta or the traits, but right now I feel like the most important thing it is to give feedback about major game features, which is what I'm doing right now. So, hope you enjoyed. Write your opinion down in comments below, trust me, I will read them. And also tell me if I should make more Merge Tactics content. I'm open to that idea because, I mean, I used to be a Clash Mini content creator, so Merge Tactics, even though it is different, it is still something that I kinda like to play every once in a while. So, with this being said, hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all on the next video. The problem is that the Archqueen would just go invisible. Can I get the heal? 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 Oh, thank God. Oh, whew. That was a close one.